boxing then badminton.
Yes. Leo pia tumeingia MMA mnasemanga ni cage, right?
Yes.
So boxing ni ring, mixed martial arts ni cage. Si ndio?
Yes.
Chepo wewe ndio mtu wa mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
So tuko kwa cage. I want
yes,
to
it's a cage.
It is a cage. So leo tunaanza wiki in the cage because we want to talk about mixed martial arts.
Yes.
A sport that Chep anapenda sana. A sport that makes her wake up at 2 a.m. Because kuna fight.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm very excited.
And we are now joined in studio by Mondo, an amateur MMA a fighter. Norman, karibu nikuite Mike. Jameni. Norman, karibu sana SportyFM.
Asante sana.
Yes. For the benefit of our listener who is listening to us this morning and of course anakusikia for the first time, maybe give us Norman ni nani? Amezaliwa wapi? Amesomea wapi? Na anafanya nini saibi apart from the mixed martial arts sport?
Okay, so Norman is just a normal Kenyan guy. Nilizaliwa hapa Nairobi. And then nikaenda shule pali panaitwa Day Spring Junior School, nikaenda Highway. Then nikaenda Aga Khan, nikakuja nikamalizia University USIU. And then as of now, apart from kufight, ninafanyanga gigs za software development na pia mimi ni graphic designer on the side.
Graphics designer waongeangi sana.
Most of them are introverts.
I am an introvert myself, right? Actually.
You look like what? You sound like what? Yes, but karibu sana Norman, and just something interesting that Kwanya has mentioned, of course. You are also a mixed martial artist.
Yes, I am.
How did your passion for mixed martial art begin?
So I would say when I was a child, I used to watch movies, kung fu movies and stuff, and I was like, this seemed cool. So why? I mean, I felt like I should try it out. And pia the fact that my dad used to be a professional boxer back in the day, I feel like that also influenced me to become the fighter I am today, because I saw that if he could do it, then why can't I do it? And then later on in life, when I was like a teenager, I saw this movie one time, ilikuwa inaitwa Never Back Down from 2008, and ili spark interest yangu sasa ya mixed martial arts. And then nikasema for sure nataka train once in my life. And then I got a chance to start training when I was in first year in university. And that's Mada she wrote hapo ndo sasa
hapo ndo ulianza.
Ulianza kutrain. Mimi nataka kuzumeguzia training.
Yes.
Ulikuwa na train wapi, shule ama mtaa?
So kuna hii place inaitwa One Tribe BJJ, iko at Allsops along Thika Road. Hapo ndio nilianza kutrain. Ninakumbuka first class yangu ilikuwa class ya wrestling. Sio the type of WWE style of wrestling. The Olympic
it's more the
wrestling.
traditional wrestling.
And so I hit that class once, and my coach was like, don't spar today if how feel kama utaweza, but mimi ni nani? I thought ini stuff nataka kufanya, so lazima ni try. Went for a few rounds and I literally had to take a break juu ilibidi nimeenda kwa choo nikatapika juu it was intense. And then after that nikajua hii ndio nataka kufanya sasa.
Absolutely.
Yes, and there's something you mentioned, we'll get back into the training, but there's something you mentioned that you come from a family of sports people. So your dad was a boxer, your mom was a track athlete, and then you have brothers played rugby.
The first one.
How can you tell us how that maybe now inspired you to get into mixed martial arts?
So all my family members were into sports, and I feel like hiyo pia ilini engage na ikani challenge ku try ku reach hiyo level ya kukua a sports person myself. Nikiwa shule nilikuwa nimeanza na kucheza football kama kawaida Kenya kila mse anacheza football. And then nikaenda kwa Bake nika play for a while nikiwa high school but sasa after that ndio sasa nikapata my love ya mixed martial arts.
Yes, and how was the support system when you decided nataka sasa this is the path I want to follow? How was that support from your family initially? Did your parents wakakubali wakasema okay we want to try ama walisema
soma
hapana hii hapana?
So obviously I have African parents and at first hawakuwa wana support but after my first fight yenye nilienda in secrecy nika ilikuwa tournament ya kickboxing kuja na silver medal and I was bruised up. Nilikuja home nikawapatia certificate medal nikawaambia ndio hizi hii ndio sport na nataka kufanya and from them walikubali tu. Sahi wananipea all the support that they can.
You mentioned the medals and of course the certificate. Just take us through the some of the I don't want to call them tournaments really, but for better understanding some of those fights that you've participated in.
So I have participated in quite a lot of fights actually. I feel like I have kind of lost track now but I've participated in several kickboxing tournaments and I am now 12-1 and 1 in kickboxing.
Okay.
So I have 12 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. And then I've also participated in 2 pro Muay Thai events and I also came out on top on both of them. And I've participated in several jiu-jitsu events here in Kenya, Tanzania and one in Egypt, which was like the highlight of my jiu-jitsu career. The one in Egypt did not go so well. Rudina bronze medal. And then after that ndio sasa nikafanya the 2 Anza mixed martial arts events. And I came out on top in those 2 as well.
And all these weight categories?
Yes, there are weight categories in all of them actually, but in jiu-jitsu inakwanga more broad because jiu-jitsu is kind of made for the smaller guy to win over bigger guys. So you'd find a weight difference hata ya 20 kgs. But for mixed martial arts, kickboxing na Muay Thai, weight classes zinakwanga regulated to like 3 to 4 kgs. So awezi pitisha hapo.
Absolutely.
And for you now, your weight class in mixed martial arts, you are a flyweight.
I'm a flyweight, yes.
Yes. Now just for our listeners, can you just tell them flyweight it's ni weight between what and what? Yes.
Flyweight ni weight between 54.7 kgs to 56.7 kgs. Ina ranging at times according to the organization inaweza kuwa from 56 to 58 times, but for Anza it's 54.7 to 56.7 kgs.
Yes, and some things you have mentioned, you've mentioned jiu-jitsu, you have mentioned Muay Thai. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are curious kama hapa kwanya ajui hizo vitu ni nini. Kindly explain to him the difference between those disciplines and those techniques.
So let me just start off with jiu-jitsu. Hiyo ndio pia nilianza nayo. Jiu-jitsu is technically a grappling sport like wrestling or something like judo, but jiu-jitsu basically in layman's terms it's an art where you fold people while they still have their clothes on. Basically una try kumu submit or kumchoke literally to like break their limbs or like appendages baka what up. Basically hiyo ndio jiu-jitsu. And for Muay Thai it's basically the art of 8 limbs, meaning elbows, knees, hands of course and kicks. And then there's hizo ndio the ones that are more well known for MMA. But we are not forgetting the wrestling that I was talking about before. Wrestling is basically a sport where you just have to take down your opponent,
yes.
and then you can like hold them there until you get the pin. It's one of the most dominant combat sports out there.
Absolutely. Let me ask, mixed martial arts, is it a dangerous sport?
Yes, it is a dangerous sport, but it's very thrilling. Here in your inaipea the oomph ya kukua really.
Why would you participate in a dangerous sport?
Because it's fun and it's my dream. It's my passion. Plus pia nataka kuona how far God can take me in the sport.
Interesting. Bado nashanga.
And by the just before in line of dangerous, being a dangerous sport, as a mixed martial arts artist, after umetoka hapo kwa cage, are you a different person like such that ukinikuta hapa nje unaweza nifinya? Because kuna ile mentality ya ujamaa hao wazee wanakonga dangerous, the way I should talk to them, the way I should behave when I'm around them should be different. Have you ever been in such situation where people wana kinda wana create kibaria kidogo between you and them because wana feel since you are a fighter hawafai kucheza na wewe?
Yes, I have come across that, but you'll be surprised to find that most fighters are actually the most kindest people out there. Wanakuanga so chill, to be honest. Na nikitokanga cage, hiyo inakuanga mambo ya cage. Nikitoka cage, I'm the guy who's just chill and just will be minding his own business to be honest. Na I feel like mimi sio mtu wa kutafuta shida. Huko nje I try my best to stay away from mashida na wase or vitu kama hizo.
And I'm just very curious, how does your typical day look like when you are let's say a training day? How do nataka tu kujua from of course the nutrition and then of going to the gym and then mnafanya practice nini of course you initongwa ni ku fight with somebody and then just your typical training day, how does it look like?
So as of now since I'm training for a fight, a typical training day would look like I would go to the gym in the morning for pad work and some jiu-jitsu rounds. So nitashikiwa pad na coach flani to work on combos zenye nitaenda kutumia kwa fight. And then after that I'll go back home, have lunch, and then I'll like read and like or do a side project baka my journey where I'll go back to training at 6 p.m. For the main session, where sasa depending on the day it would be more of either inaweza kuwa jiu-jitsu or inaweza kuwa siku ya kuwrestle. So and then I would do that for almost 3 hours. And then after that I would hit the gym and then I cycle back home. For cardio purposes.
You also need cardio.
Awingi kwa gari?
At times kama si cycle naweza tumia mat.
Absolutely. And let me take you back kidogo. Ukiwa ile time ukiwa pale kampo. I'm just curious to understand how you used to mix school and sports, because zingine inakuwa ngumu kidogo because considering pia cause ulikuwa unafanya which was data
software
engineering. Software engineering and now sports. That course is a very relatively difficult course. So I'm really interested to know how you used to make or balance the two.
So I would back nikiwa kampo I would only train once per day. Ilikuwa hiyo session ya 6 p.m. and before that I will be in school. Nikitoka sasa after kutrain ndo sasa I would sort out my assignments, my school work and what not, kusoma. Ingebidi at times ni hati training which would make me not feel good, of course, juu like ni stuff nimezoea kufanya. But saa zingine responsibilities za shule zingefanya ni mistraining.
Absolutely.
I'm very curious now. Some of your favorite fighters. I'm sure you follow. You also watch the UFC.
I definitely do.
Yes. Now, who are some of your favorite fighters and why? And of course, you have the African fighters as well. Who is your favorite among them?
So let's start off with fighters that are active side.
Yes.
So for the active fighters, my favorite fighter right now would be Max Holloway from the featherweight division.
Yes.
And then we have Piotr Jan. He's a bantamweight right now, and his style is so explosive and entertaining to watch. Hiyo ndio like style yenye nataka ku implement kwa game yangu pia. And then there's also this guy from the lightweight division. He's called Ilya Tuporia. Yeah, his boxing is super slick. But for my all-time favorite fighters, number one will be George Rush St. Pierre. Alikuanga ana fightingi kitambo. And he's a balanced fighter from the stand up to the ground game. He was such an amazing guy to watch nikiwa mtoi. And then there's Dustin Poirier. His boxing tuseme ime influence style yangu sana juu I block like he does. Those are my favorite fighters of all time sasa.
And of course among the African fighters, who is your favorite and why?
Among the African fighters, my favorite was Israel Adesanya. Venye alitokea huyo msee like alikuwa ana bamba kila msee na style yake tu ilikuwa just pleasing. Like you'd watch Israel fight and be like, wow, that was an amazing fight.
Talking about mixed martial arts in Kenya, I don't know, as an artist in that field, how would you say the state of mixed martial arts is like right now in Kenya?
So the state,
is it growing? Is it stagnate?
I feel like bado tuna grow, but I don't feel like tuna get enough support as the other sports do. Looking at stuff like boxing, for example, you can look at the guys who are like going to box now. We have Majembe and Mambavu. The upcoming fight wanna make 1M each
for each.
And then I also saw that the president pia alisema atawapea both 1 million after the fight. Literally there is no professional boxer in Kenya sai mwenye ana make pesa kama hiyo at all, and these are guys who train day and night na wata come close to any of that amount kama hawa wase wenye tuseme how wana experience hata hawajakuwa wakitrain for like 3 months. I'm assuming. And it's sad you like sport kama hii, it's so thrilling to watch, but we don't get the support that the sport deserves.
And then, with that in mind, then what do you think the mixed martial arts sector need to do ndio wajulikane?
So I feel like venye tunafanya sahi tuna hold events, like we try to set up events like 4 or 5 events per year. I feel like tukiendelea hivyo itaendelea kugrow more and more, and I feel like we are going to get sponsors out there. But I feel like us speaking out more na ku build knowledge ya hii sport pia itasaidia hii sport kugrow sana.
Yes. More frequencies of these fights ama these events itafanya the sport ijulikane, and will make people get interested to know, kumbe this kuna kitu watu wanapigana hapa, wacha tuende to watch. Right?
Yes.
Mimi nimekumbuka back to the dangerous sport thing. Many times we've argued here with the chap in regards to sometimes watu wanapigana kwa cage hadi damu inatoka. I'm like, that's a bad scene to see.
I mean, not really. If you are the one who is fighting, tuseme uone opponent wako ana bleed, hiyo ndo sasa itakupea gas more to go and finish the fight, like you smell the blood sasa.
For me, like really me as a fan watching at home, I'm like inafaa istopiwe. What I don't want to see some, kuna watu wakionanga blood scene na kuangae wanakuwa off. Some like
that's why I usually tell you it's an acquired test. MMA is not for everybody. It's an acquired test, because what he says is true. Ile when you see blood now from watching, athlete akiona hivyo sasa, it's like, okay, I've bruised him, it means I can get a submission from this. Yes.
So this is
so like, now you go and umalize sasa. Yes.
Hii ni kama lion imeona swara.
Exactly.
Ndio sasa. And speaking of submissions, by the way, which is your favorite submission?
My favorite submission is the go-to rear naked choke. I finished both my opponents in my previous 2 fights with that submission.
Now that she's mentioned submission, kuna mtu anashangasha submission ni nini? How does it happen? And the types of it. So, and at what point does submission happens in the cage? So
submission technically ni kama tuseme una choke mtu, like choke them to sleep completely or unconscious, or limb manipulation. Basically una manipulate limb. If the opponent does not tap, ita break or ikwe dislocated, for example. Kuna various forms of submission. Kuna the most basic ones, kuna hiyo rear naked choke nilikuwa nime mention before. Kuna the armbars, which work to like break or hyper extend the elbow. And then kuna the triangle, which basically is a choke in itself. There are so many submissions out there, more than 50 I would say. Inge take so much of your time kuzi mention zote. But the basic ones ni armbar, rear naked choke and triangles.
Absolutely. In 2022 you lost a kickboxing event. I don't know, how do you take losses? Do the losses now kind of derail you, una lose focus, una lose morale? How do you even dust yourself after losing a fight?
So 2022 ilikuwa tournament na nili lose the last fight, which was ilikuwa fight ya gold medal, nikapata silver sasa, and hiyo ilifanya nikuwe very depressed, to be honest, juu like sikuwa nafikiria losing would feel like how it did that day. Ilikuwa inafanya ni feel kama, is this sport really for me, to be honest. But then hiyo sasa ikanifanya nitake ku build my skill ikuwe much better, to the point where like sasa hakuna like sita lose tena like how I did the previous time. So hiyo ilinipea sai ku train more na ku train harder and try to learn from my mistakes the previous time.
Absolutely.
Yes, and I'm very curious, ukikuwa you are scheduled for a fight. It's fight day. And you're in the locker room pale, it's almost your fight, your time now to fight. How do you prepare for a fight in that time? Mentally, do you listen to music, ama when you just want pure silence? What do you do? What some of the rituals you do before your fight?
So some of the rituals I do before my fight, first of all, I go before God. Nimeokoka na ninaweka hiyo fight mbele zake kwanza. And then as I am prepping for the fight, at times I'd like to listen to music, ndio tu ni tune down the noise outside, and then I just try to breathe and calm myself down, because I'm always nervous before a fight. Hiyo ni kitu like haitawai change. Lazima tu utakuwa una feel some kind of way, but ni kitu kawaida, so
Yeah.
you just have to move past it.
Yeah.
You mentioned faith.
Yeah.
How important is faith for you in terms kukusukuma in whatever you do? Could be even outside the sports, the mixed martial arts. How important is faith for you?
I feel like hatungekuwa hapa if not for God.
Yeah.
So I feel like pia mimi singekuwa nafanya hii sport kama Mungu hakunijalia na hizi skills. Hakuniwezesha kukuwa na health ya kutrain daily na ku participate in this sport. I feel like faith is such a big factor for me in the sport that I do.
Yeah, I know maybe now some of the challenges you have faced. Now you are currently an amateur, trying to go pro. Yes, what are some of the challenges you have faced in that journey to be a pro?
Some of the challenges I faced, some of them will be obviously trying to be consistent is a major challenge because life leta responsibilities zingine zenye zinaweza kukuhinda from going to train na kufanya nini. And then there's also weight cutting inakwanga ngumu for everyone, I'd say. But nime develop a way to weight cut much earlier before the fight. So I wouldn't go with the traditional method ya ku waterload the week of the fight, because hiyo inaweza kukulive like very drained and like weak come fight day. Weight cutting is a major challenge, and also injuries. Out of all my training partners tuna train now, wote wako na injuries zao, kila mse na yake, na ni kitu imekuwa so normalized that you just train with them. So injuries zinakuanga, and at times they would come from like minor injuries, like from being scratched or kufanya nini, or to like major ones like breaking a bone or like bruising a tendon or something. So injuries are a major challenge.
You are on your way to become a pro. What then do you need to do to become a pro?
So I first of all I need to have 4 amateur fights, and I have to have won 2 of them for me to venture into becoming a pro, or to be recognized as a pro MMA fighter. And as of now I have 2 fights. I have this one that's coming up on the 26th, and that's gonna be my 3rd fight. And I'm hoping and I am praying that itakuwa a win, Mungu akinijalia. And hiyo sasa ndio itakuwa the 3rd one, and then kutakuwa na ingine moja ndio sasa ni kuwe pro sasa.
Absolutely. And yes, Jeff.
Go ahead.
And back to the state of mixed martial arts in Kenya. Do we have a mixed martial arts federation in this country? And if we have one, what kind of support have you gotten from them, or what do you think they're doing to elevate the sport in the country?
So we have a conjoined cooperation inaitwa Kenya Kickboxing Federation, KOCSF, which also works for MMA. And ndio ili anza tu last year, actually, because haikukuwa before. Ilikuwa recognized by the government the previous year. And to be honest, we haven't really gotten that much support as from them. I still feel like bado ina grow. And what they are trying to do is they are trying to set up these fights that you are hearing about, ndio wa make the sport much known.
Yes, and something Kwanya has mentioned or you mentioned about your upcoming fights. Maybe for this year 2026, maybe you can tell our listeners what your calendar looks like. What are some of the fights you're preparing for, and so far how is the preparation going?
So the main fight that I'm preparing for is the one that's coming this month on February the 26th. I'm going to be fighting as the main event at Anza MMA. This one is going to be a big fight because the opponent that I'm going to fight is more experienced than I am. And so training is at a high tier level side. You expect anything, to be honest. For this coming year, there's another jiu-jitsu competition that's going to be happening in Tanzania, most probably in March, and I'm looking forward to that one as well. And the rest of the year, it's not really like scheduled, but so like uta get a call wambe, oh kuna this fight that's happening, fight hiyo ndio sasa ndio inakwanga when you are not a pro. Saini amateur bado, so like
you just get a call kuna fight inakuja utakuwa part of it.
Hivyo ndio venye iko.
No, that's another challenge because unaweza pigiwa simu and maybe training, as you said, sometimes it's a challenge to be consistent. Yes, and then now you get a call, there's this opportunity. It's a great opportunity, but you look at yourself unaona na training bado, how do I get? So you have to harakisha your training, you have to so that you are ready for that fight. But if it's a pro now, it's different. You get your the schedule, you're probably the whole year.
So that's
a challenge. That's the
big difference between amateur and
amateur and a pro.
Absolutely. And of course, mbele iko sawa.
Mbele iko sawa.
I'm just curious about the guy you're going to fight on the 26th. Is he Kenyan?
He's a Ugandan guy. He's called Paul Angala. He's mostly a striker. Niliona alikuwa na a professional boxing fight in Thailand, na pia amefight Muay Thai kadhaa in Thailand and back home pia. I'm looking forward to a really good fight.
Absolutely. Acha now ile kosi ulifanya kampo na sahi sasa uko kwa mixed martial arts, gani sasa umepatia na priority?
So priority ya kwanza nimepea mixed martial arts. Hiyo ndio dream nataka kuchase. But then software engineering na graphic design ni my fallback careers, just in case God forbid anything bad happens. For example, when I retire, nitakuwa na endeleza nazo sasa.
Because that brings back the conversation that Chep has always had here, that fallback is very important.
True.
Because sports is good, sports pays. We've seen sportsmen and women wanalipa pesa mingi sana, but it is sometimes inakuwa very short lived. Even if Mungu akikubless sana bila injuries and stuff like that, and you can sana 10 years, right? But with injuries and stuff like that, you must have a plan B, vile Chep usemanga hapa.
That's true.
Mzazi hajai kuwa na issue that umeacha what walilipia school fee, walilipa pesa zao shule, alafu sasa wewe unakuja hapa na mchezo.
I mean, I feel like wali nina shinda fight, so walikuwa like, you know what, bora unashinda na ndio kitu unataka kufanya, well and good. Chase your dream.
And I'm very curious now, do you have a coach?
Yes, I do have a coach. I have several coach
for different
martial arts.
Okay. How was that kupata coach? How easy was it? How hard was it by the to get a coach?
It was very easy for me to get a coach through One Tribe, to be honest. I feel like support yao imenijenga sana. Na hiyo place unaweza pata coaches from around the world because jiu-jitsu brings a lot of people together. And hapo ndio pali nimemake connections zangu za kupata coaches wenye wamefanya ni weze ku upgrade skills zangu. Yeah, so it was technically very easy for me, I would say. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm just very curious, what is style yako ya kufight? Can you describe your style?
So I would regard myself as an all-rounded fighter. I don't believe in one skill more or lesser than the other. Mimi stand up niko poa, ground game niko fiti, more like the fighter Piotr Jan.
Yes.
Yeah, that's who nataka kumira.
But if you have to mark yourself and evaluate yourself, I'm pretty sure that the areas in your fight that really needs improvement or you need to work on, what areas are those? Ama you utakuwa umefichua siri alafu hapo nenda.
I mean, not really. I feel like pia hiyo ni vague, to be honest. But kama ningeweza kujirate sai, ningejipa 6/10. Yeah, but that's scheduled to change. It improve with time. Ni vile sitaki sasa kusema wapi ndio ni yangu.
Utaki kusema weakness ndio opponent akisikia.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. It reminds me of Max Verstappen, because in easy questions and answers he was asked by what is your weakness. Kasema me I can't tell anybody my weakness. Yes, I don't want my opponent to
will capitalize on.
It's true. Yes, and speaking of the UFC, I just want to pick your mind on some fighters, some of the fighters. This is the Russians, that is Dagestanis. Yes, their fighting style is your grappling. I find it very boring. Personally, I don't like watching their matches. I understand it's a technique, but I find them very, very boring. I don't know, what do you think about it? The Dagestani fighters.
I get why you say it's boring, but to me, actually, like in general, wrestling is the most dominant sport. Like wrestling, ita chapa each and every one of the martial arts nimetoka mention. Because kama mse anaweza kuku take down, akushikilie hapo chini, hawezi fanya anything, hakuna kitu utafanya. Literally utaka tu hapo under his grace, na hiyo ndio sasa style yao. Dominant, au kupay anything. Na I would get why watu wanasema ni boring, but hiyo ndio sasa sport. It's part of the the martial arts in mixed martial arts. So iko tu sawa.
Absolutely. As you go to these different fights that you always go for, do you, apart from family of course, do you have those friends that are your cheerleaders? Wale wanasema Mondo akona event, Mondo akona fight, they rally one another to just come and support you. Yes,
I do have a couple of those friends. Honorable mentions itakuwa Janice Mudhoni and Brian Murerwa, who they have like been to like mostly all my fights, to be honest, and I really thank them for that. I feel like support your friends pia inakuanga important sana kwa sport.
Because many times if family can support you, but una need
support from elsewhere.
Like kama hii inakuja 26th, you need the family pia inakujanga, your family members.
Some of them, but not my folks. Wanasemanga hawezi ona mtoto wao akifight,
wanaweza kuwa emotional.
Wanaweza kuwa emotional sana.
That makes sense because
it does.
Mama mzazi hawezi taka kuona kama unatandikwa kwa cage, alafu anaweza ingia kwa hiyo cage kutoa mbio
aslipa sapo.
Yes, I'm just very curious now. You've been in mixed martial arts for a while. What has mixed martial arts taught you about life?
So mixed martial arts has taught me a lot of things about life, but mostly kenye imenifundisha is that you just don't give up, to be honest. Things will be tough, things are always hard, but you just have to stay resilient. If you get knocked down, get back up. Upon a time, anything can happen in this life. Na pia another thing that makes martial arts imenifundisha ni kukua to always have humility, because humility and respect go a very long way, because huwezi jua una interact na nani. I feel like martial arts make such a big difference in my life pia, in the sense that imenipa confidence sana. Kitambo nilikuwa, I still do stammer, but I used to stammer so much more when I was a kid. And I feel like after nilianza kutrain pia iliweza kufanya confidence yangu ipik, made me be more eloquent when I speak.
Absolutely.
Train.
Brilliant.
Absolutely. I don't think whether mixed martial iko religious following in this country, son.
In this country, not as much as the other sports, but kuna diehard fans. I was even surprised to find out that Hilda is a UFC fan.
Hilda anapenda, I think Liverpool comes first. That is that is football. Then there's also NBA, basketball. Then I think this one will come second. Mixed martial arts will come third. Sindio?
F1 umeacha.
F1 third, then of course mixed martial arts fourth. Sorry. Nimesawa F1. Kuna kitu niko na sawa F1. I think she's a fan of UFC. Anamkanga 3am kuwatch UFC, which is good.
But about the fan enye umeuliza, about the fans the following in this country. To be honest, when I went for the Anza event, that was my first event I've gone in this country in terms of MMA. And I was surprised with the number of fans. The place was sold out. Wengine ilibidi wamesimama huko kando. Wengine walikuwa kule nje because there was no enough space. It was so big.
It was
the fans pale ndani, they know their MMA. It was such a joy to watch. So there's a following. Really now the consistency. If you have more events, the more now it becomes more popular.
Yes. Use of digital spaces as tukimaliza, because one of the ways of also helping the sports to spread the word for this sport to spread is use of digital spaces, right? I don't know, in your own small capacity, how do you use digital spaces, social media places, spaces to help kusukuma hii agenda ya mixed martial arts?
So tunatumianga Instagram na TikTok na akina Facebook who post about events that are going on. Tuna post like funny clips to train, ma sparring sessions pia, ndio to build to awareness of the sport and pia to build a following, you would say.
And easy fight zote ume participate in, have you ever been, I don't want to use beaten, but for better understanding, let me just use the word, have you ever been beaten to a point where unasema I think I should give up and leave this sport?
Image your thought ishai cross mind yangu once in 2022 when I lost that kickboxing fight, and there was another my first jiu-jitsu competition. I was facing a more advanced guy who was a blue belt, and I had just gotten my blue belt then, and he literally put me to sleep. So aliniweka kwa triangle, and it was 10 seconds left, and I had one of my teammates shout 10 seconds, no more, 10 seconds, and I was in the choke completely. Nikadoze, sikujua hata ref akistop fight. I was asleep, and I woke up to see the video later on, juu like niliamka na sikuwa ninajua pali niko.
Because that was my next question, by the way. If you've ever been submitted and choked to sleep, what is the feeling when you wake up you don't know where you are.
You don't know where you are, and
yes.
It's actually very peaceful, to be honest. You
really?
like literally utafeel ni kama una dream and then reality anza ku piece back together kidogo unaanza kuona okay, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm on a mat, I'm in this place, wait, what's going on? And then sandio ina click, nilikuwa nina fight msee akani submit even ndivyo inakuanga very peaceful actually.
I understand why wazazi don't want to attend your fights. They don't want to see such scenes really.
That can be scary.
Yeah, that's why that takes us back to the my dangerous sport part. Right?
Relax. Me, because I've always been curious, because I've seen a lot of from watching UFC and yes, I've seen a lot of athletes get submitted. So I'm usually very curious. How does it feel like? You are like out for like 10 seconds, then you wake up. You're trying to figure out uko wapi, uko kona gani.
Actually pia kukua it's kind of the same way. None of them are like painful as you think. Like because like how to feel anything, to be honest. Utakuwa tu hapo tu ume zone out.
Oh my god.
Yes. No man.
Yes.
Tukimalizia because time imeisha. Tukimalizia your last words as we end our conversation, which has been fantastic in regards to matters of mixed martial arts. Your closing remarks.
So I would like to thank you guys so much for having me and for the guys listening out there. You wouldn't want to miss out on the coming fights on February the 26th from 7 p.m. They are going down at the Alchemist, and they are going to be 12 fights, 12 amazing banger fights, and I'm going to be the main event. Usi miss out, kuja catch some fireworks your day.
Absolutely. That has been our conversation here on SportyFM with Norman Mondo, mixed martial artist here in Kenya, and of course he's on his way to becoming a professional mixed martial artist now.